Hi, I'm Heather Graybeal. I'm here to talk to you today about reasons to live together before tying the knot. Do you know if your partner has an excessive spending habit? Do you know if they are messy or pick up after themselves? If you answered no to any of these questions, you may not be ready for a successful marriage. I got married whenever I was young because I was pregnant. I didn't know a lot about him. I didn't know his family history. I didn't know his religion preferences. I didn't know his spending habits. I didn't know his work ethic. I didn't know much about him, period. And we ended up getting divorced, I guess separated about a year after we were married. And that was not a fun time for any of us because the honeymoon wore off after a couple weeks. According to McKinley-Irving family law, 42 to 45% of first marriages end in divorce. 60% of second marriages end in divorce. In the U.S., there is one divorce approximately every 36 seconds. 2,400 a day, 16,800 per week, and 876,000 a year. That's a low success rate. If that doesn't alarm you, I don't know what will. Think of the decrease in divorce rates if we were prepared for taking on a partnership with our mate. Many engaged couples have no clue what life is like until it hits them over the head. Bills start piling up, they have money issues and fights over money, they have personality conflicts. You go into a marriage having certain expectations. What do you do when they're not met? Coexisting under the same roof could strengthen the American family. Do you know if your partner puts their clothes in the hamper or piles them on the floor? Couples are getting divorced at an alarming rate. Maybe that would stop if they knew the person they were marrying. Do you know your partner? Do you know if they're financially responsible? Do you know if they have large credit card debt? Do you know what their sleeping habits are? Do you know if they share household responsibilities? 70% of couples agree. The number of couples choosing to live together before marriage is increasing daily. Some of the benefits to living together before marriage is coexisting under the same roof. Could lead to declining divorce rates in the American family. Strengthen the American family. Know your partner. Do they have a bedtime routine? Are they clean? Are they extremely messy? Do they pay their bills on time? Do they manage money? Do they have a good work ethic? Have they had several jobs? Personality conflicts, shared chores, religious beliefs. You cannot truly know someone until you live under the same roof with them. You will get a first-hand look at your future spouse's spending habits. One of you might have a large savings account while the other takes all the money and blows it on crazy stuff like clothes and makeup and game systems and just crazy stuff. You'll get a chance to see what marriage is all about. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You get indispensable experience. Partners, you get to see into their everyday life. You can show your parents that it's not as bad as they told you it was going to be to live together without getting married. Some marriages end after the wedding because the person changes and becomes rude and demanding or demeaning. That would have been nice to know before you got married. Your parents and grandparents will probably not approve, but that's okay. Times have changed. In conclusion, I think back on my first marriage and the mistakes that were made. I ended up with massive debt, raising a son as a single parent. I wished I had done a trial run first. He was addicted to drugs, prescription and street drugs. He had a wandering eye and other parts. He actually cheated on me right after my C-section with our son the same night. It takes two people working together to make a partnership work. I wish I had known so many things before I said I do. Also, make sure this is a person you want to hang out with and do absolutely nothing some days for the rest of your life.